Hey everyone, welcome to week 6. This is Instructor Paige. I wanted to give you a few quick tips to prepare for this crazy week ahead. Now, since it's week 6, this is something you've prepared for since week 1. We've picked out your topics. We've found sources that you used in week 3. You've practiced, hopefully, your speeches. If not, that's something you'll be doing for the discussion. Now, my tips for the week is that you've prepared. I really don't recommend changing your topic. I know sometimes you'll start practicing and it just doesn't feel right. You are able to change everything, but that's just a lot more work for you. So it is optional, but I recommend using the topic you've already picked out and prepared for. Now, this is your informative speech week. This is a pretty heavy week. The workload is pretty intense because you'll be doing, you'll have your outline for your speech, which can just be, your attention getter and your main points and maybe conclusion. It doesn't have to be filled out all the way. I just have to see that you've prepared for the speech because that's part of the credit. And then another one is don't forget your sources. Usually the students, you have already picked them out in week 3, but if you've changed up your sources, just include them in your outline. That way I can review them. Another one is you'll be recording a rough draft of your speech. This is something you'll put in the discussion. I really recommend doing this way before. Do it as soon as you can, at least by Sunday night, because it is a discussion, to help get you some feedback from your classmates. Now, if you feel kind of iffy, I know it's a lot going on, a rough draft, you could just include maybe your introduction so that you're practicing that, because that's really important. Remember, we want to engage our audience. And then maybe you could share what your main points will be or something like that if you don't want to do the full rough draft, because I get it's a lot going on. And then lastly is after you've gotten some feedback, which is why I say submit your discussion early, and then you record your final draft for a grade. Now with Blackboard, I know it can be really hard to tell if you've gotten feedback from classmates or myself, and if you don't get any feedback, which sometimes that happens, it's just Blackboard's kind of silly, I recommend watching your speech yourself and kind of giving yourself some feedback, see where you could improve, if you could work on eye contact or, hand gestures or talking more animated, getting everybody excited, and that can really help you for your final draft too. Now this week, it's a really heavy workload because, like I said, you'll be reading chapters to prepare for your quiz, you'll be doing a rough draft speech for your discussion, and then you'll submit your final draft speech on Tuesday. Now on this, I do recommend, trying to work ahead, maybe reading your chapter and doing the quiz early in the week, Wednesday, Thursday, and then doing your rough draft on Thursday, Friday if you can. I know with kids or with life, it can be pretty hectic, but working in small amounts will really help it to feel a little bit easier this week. Now, the last one is if you have any questions. I know this is really intimidating. You're kind of nervous. You're presenting this big speech, but remember, you've been practicing for this. I am not harsh in my feedback. I really do want you guys to succeed, and this is just something to help you practice for the future, say for job interviews or you want a promotion at your job, things like that. It's a good way to get practicing. And if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I really do love to help you all. I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye, everybody.